Welcome to the Canary Guide to your weekend, June 28th to 30th, 2019, brought to you by the 19th Hole, the Print Shop and Blue Explorers Dive Centres, Gran Canaria. I'm Eddie Timon, the Canary Guide. We have a whole range of amazing events happening on Gran Canaria this weekend, including a beach rugby tournament in Playa del Inglés. We have an apricot festival happening up in the beautiful little village of Fataga, and a full historic battle reenactment of one of the biggest pirate attacks to have happened 420 years ago here on the island, up in Santa Brígida this Saturday morning. The weather forecast by the main meteorological agency of Spain, AEMET, is for a little bit of cloud cover, especially in the north of the island all this weekend. Probably some in the south as well, but if you get yourself up to the summits of Gran Canaria, you'll find it's clear blue skies. Maybe a great weekend to get yourself up to the highest point, Pico de las Nieves, and see if you can catch yourself a glimpse of our neighbouring island of Tenerife in the Sea of Clouds, the Mar de Nubes. It's the last weekend in June, and summer has officially begun here on Gran Canaria. With the San Juan festivities having finished last weekend, you can expect a small lull in institutional celebrations until we get to July, when the massive celebrations around Fiesta del Carmen are due to happen, and many other events besides that. The wonderful northern mountain town of Terror are celebrating one of their biggest religious feast days this Friday with the Feast of the Sacred Heart. They celebrate with the traditional carpets of coloured salt and sawdust laid through the streets of the old town. There'll be a mass and a procession. Friday might be a great time to get yourself up to this lovely little town in the mountains. The valley neighbourhood of Agaete have been celebrating the feasts of San Pedro over the last week or so. All comes to a culmination this weekend with a Bajada de la Rama, the lowering of the branch, and a procession through the town on Saturday. So if you want to see a beautiful little religious feast on the north of the island, get yourself up to Agaete. If you need printing, there's only one place you need to get to, and that is the print shop nearest to the police station in Playa del Inglés on the GC 500 at the Euro Centre. Mark Sagorni is a master printer with more than 20 years of experience here on Gran Canaria, whether it's business cards, A4 booklets, large-scale vinyl prints, large format printing, hats, t-shirts, you name it. He's got it all for you there. Get yourself down to the Euro Centre, to the print shop, if you'd like to find out more. Did you know that delicious apricots are grown right here in Gran Canaria? And one of the centres for apricot production is the picturesque and most beautiful little village of Fataga in the south. Fataga are celebrating the Fiestas del Albaricoque this weekend, the Apricot Festival. They will be having a large celebration in the town with a procession from 7 p.m. and then folkloric music and dancing in traditional Canarian clothes all the way through Saturday evening and into the early hours of Sunday morning. If you'd like to see something beautiful, traditional and folkloric this weekend, I would get yourself to Fataga on Saturday and make sure you enjoy yourself some fresh apricot foods and drinks, and of course plenty of rum. Rugby lovers, get yourself to Playa del Inglés this weekend. We have the 9th beach rugby tournament happening down at the Anexo Dos. There will be a large competition filled with muscular men playing with odd-shaped balls down on the beach. There will also be women's, children's and seniors tournaments as well. So if you want to enjoy a beer in the sun at one of our favourite beaches in the south and a little bit of rugby football too, get yourself to Playa del Inglés. The 19th Hole is one of the best established names here on Gran Canaria. More than 16 years offering some of the very best in large screen sports, live music, great food and a wonderful atmosphere. If you're looking for a touch of nightlife and a little bit of quality, get yourself down to the 19th Hole. In the year 1599, the Dutch fleet stormed Las Palmas de Gran Canaria. The people of Las Palmas awoke on the morning after the Fiesta de San Juan to find more than 70 ships sat in the harbour. With less than 400 soldiers garrisoned in Vegeta, it was always going to be a fight to the death, but those soldiers gave their lives just long enough to give time for the townspeople to escape to the mountains up near Santa Brígida. This Saturday morning from 11 a.m. near the town of Santa Brigida, there will be a full reenactment of the pirate attack of Pietrvando Dos. You can expect lots of vintage weaponry, military uniforms from the 16th century, and of course pirates attacking the locals. For a little taste of one of the biggest events in Gran Canaria history, get yourself to Santa Brigida this weekend. It's a big sports weekend on the southwest coast in Mogan. In Arguinigan, you'll find the finish line for the Trainia Trail. This is a cross-country race with a range of distances that will be happening between the 29th and the early hours of the 30th of June on Saturday and Sunday morning, with kids events happening down on the beach of Maranhueles and distances of between 8 kilometers and 40 kilometers cross-country. You're likely to find lots of runners in the hills around Arguinigan this Saturday night wearing small lights on their heads, with a large festive atmosphere happening down on the main pier of the Arguinigan port. If you're not a runner but you're into running, or indeed if you've got kids at all, there will be a huge celebration happening down there, free for everyone to attend. Discover a whole new world underwater with Blue Explorers Dive Center's Gran Canaria. From novice to advanced diving, they can show you the very best dive sites here on the island, wrecks, reefs, and exciting cave dives. Everything daily happening down in Puerto de Mogan. Get yourself along to blue-explorers.com for more information. This Friday marks one of the biggest events in LGBT history. Many people around the world will be celebrating the 50th anniversary since the riots at the Stonewall Inn in New York, when a police raid resulted in a bunch of angry drag queens starting to antagonize the police, who ended up having to lock themselves inside the very pub that they were raiding. This singular event in New York on the 28th of June 1969 is what began what we now know as the Pride movement. The Pride movement started off as a demonstration and then a political movement, and has resulted in the rainbow-coloured celebrations that we all know around the world as Pride. Pride came to the south of Gran Canaria just 17 years ago at the main Yumbo Centre in Playa del Inglés. It's turned more into a giant street party than anything else, but Pride as a movement is still remembered to this day in Las Palmas. The Las Palmas Gay Pride event has been happening for the last couple of weeks and comes to its final culmination this weekend in celebration of that 50th anniversary. The Las Palmas Pride event will be celebrated all through this weekend. Saturday they'll be having the main Pride March throughout the streets of Las Palmas, culminating in a great party in the Santa Catalina Park down near the El Molle Shopping Centre. There'll be free concerts, music, and a spirit of fun, festivity, celebration and love. On Sunday, some of the biggest main museums here on the island are open for free to the public. The Cueva Pintada in Galdar and the Casa Colón in Las Palmas are two of the biggest ones. There's also a range of other museums which are open free every day. If you want to find out more about the culture and history of Gran Canaria, get yourself up to Las Palmas this weekend. As ever, we can't possibly cover all of the amazing events that happen each weekend here on Gran Canaria, but we do what we can to highlight the biggest and best of them. If you'd like to find out more, get yourself to thecanaryguide.com, where we've got information about all of the different events that we've mentioned here and many more events besides. This has been the Canary Guide to your weekend in association with thecanarynews.com, thecanary.tv, the 19th Hole, the Print Shop, and Blue Explorers Dive Center's Gran Canaria. I hope you have a great weekend. Don't forget to check us out on thecanaryguide.com. Check us out also on facebook.com/thecanaryguide. We look forward to seeing you next week.